When George Lucas wrote the prequels, he wasn't just telling the story of Anakin, he was explaining the will of the Force itself. For George, Star Wars was never about good versus evil, it was more about balance and choices, the struggle to keep light and dark in harmony. Now, in the making of The Phantom Menace, George said that the Force had to be treated as a living, conscious energy, something that reacts when it's pushed too far in one direction. The Force itself has a will, George explained. It tries to restore balance when it's out of balance. That's what the prophecy of the Chosen One is about. By the time of The Phantom Menace, the Force had been unbalanced for centuries. The Jedi thought the dark side was gone. They thought peace was permanent. But underneath, the imbalance was already there. Not because of evil, but because of denial. The Jedi lost their way, George said. They believed they could control the Force, and that's not balance, that's domination. That domination is what summoned the Chosen One. Now, a lot of people think that Plagueis created Anakin. That's actually not true. So Plagueis and Palpatine influenced the midichlorians in the Force to create a perfect dark side entity. The Force answered back to them by saying, "You don't control us. You don't tell the Force what to do." And so it created the perfect light side entity. Well, really, the perfect entity that would bring balance to the Force. So the Force created Anakin Skywalker not to reward the Jedi, but to correct them and the Sith. He wasn't sent to serve their order, he was sent to destroy it and start over. That's the irony of the prophecy. The Jedi think that Anakin will bring them to victory over the Sith, but George always said that that's not what balance is. He said this, and get this quote, "Balance means you have to destroy the imbalance. And the imbalance is created by the Sith, but it's also created by the Jedi when they lose compassion." That's why Anakin's destiny is so tragic. He's born from pure force, conceived without a father, an echo of the will of life itself, but he's raised by a system that misunderstands the very energy that created him. They take the living embodiment of balance and try to mold him into their image. The Force creates life, George says in the book, and when you try to control life, to stop it from changing, you go to the dark side. And that's exactly what the Jedi do to Anakin.